Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe. Awaken your soul, your channel for learning how to balance and neutralize the energy for your twin flame connection. So before we get into our video, how do Joanne and I know how to teach and guide you in this balanced, neutralized twin flame energy? Well, it's because we are balancing it daily in our own lives with our own twin flames. We've been through it all. We've been through it all with you guys. We've been through the separation. We've been through the dark night. We've been through the push and pull. And now we are in permanent relating experiences with our twins. We both live with our twin flames. And we watch this energy play out day in and day out. And through our experiences and through helping so many beautiful souls, we have learned how to guide others to the same place of balanced, neutralized energy so that not only you could be magnetic to your twin flame, but you can keep them permanently in your space. So before we start our video, I want to tell you 2 ways in which we can help you guys. For those of you that are not in contact with your twin flame in any shape or form, we highly recommend you check out our life-changing 30-day twin flame detox. And when I say it's life-changing, that is a complete understatement. It is life-changing. Go through our videos, look at the comments people have written. For those that have done the detox, it seriously is transformative. And then what happens with the 30-day detox, people start magnetizing their twin flames back in. So they came to us, what do we do now? And that created a whole new program, which was our ultimate balancing program, which will teach you step by step how to sip in your twin flames energy without pushing again. How to do it from first contact, how to do it from first date, first kiss. You get the drill. We show you and guide you step by step in how to do that. So now on to our video.
Hello, our loves. Let me go ahead and get us started. We have this awesome call that we want to go over with you guys because we feel like it's really, really common in this journey.
So when it comes to this journey, this is the biggest thing that's going to stop you from being in a permanent relating experience with your twin flame in the physical. And it is when you are doing your journey in a place where it is not for you. And let me get deep on that. So we had this beautiful call with this amazing soul. And let me give you guys an example of what's really going on with her, because this is so common and so many divine feminines are experiencing this, and we just had to make a video on it.
So we have this beautiful soul that we had a call with, and she is amazing. And she understands this journey, just like a lot of you guys understand it. This is a journey of soul. But because she understands the connection, there's a part of her that's actually using it as a form of push. So the situation she's in is she understands that soul brings in her person. So in her alignment, there's a part of her, and it's not like a really aggressive one. It just is there. She'll manifest stuff in the physical that shows that she's in alignment, but then her mind wonders, where is he? But here's the thing. She's also not really pushing either, because if she texts him, he'll respond. It's just that he's not like pursuing her as much as he was before. So let's get deep in that. The biggest thing with this connection is the focus and the attention has to always be on you. And so what happens with this connection is you're balancing, you're feeling really good, you're in soul, and then your person comes back and it becomes really addicting. And so you go back into those same addictive patterns. And so when this beautiful soul said, hey, I'm in soul, I'm manifesting a whole bunch of stuff, I'm barely manifesting him. I mean, yes, he can respond back to me. He's not blocked me, but how do I have more? How can I have more? My answer to that question is, why did you have to text? So we get that you can have soul inspiration where you can text your person. Yes, that is a very rare circumstance. Because what she said was, if I texted him, I knew in that moment he was going to respond. And my question to her was, then what's the point? What's the point of texting in that moment to know he can respond for a little bit and then that's it? Because what will happen when you shift internally, so instead of texting your person when you really feel that urgent need and they do respond, why just be? Why can't you just be so they can text? Because that energy of when they text on their own, that is more sustainable than you texting, them responding, and then you're back to push and pull again. So that's the biggest piece that I want to share with you guys is you can be spiritually balanced, you can manifest a whole bunch of stuff, but it doesn't stop the alignment. The alignment with soul is consistent. It's 100% the focus. When you put the focus on them, the alignment with soul, it backfires because you're not aligning with soul for you anymore. So when you're aligning for your person, then it's not going to work as much. I mean, yeah, he might respond to your text, but he didn't send the text. And remember, beautiful divine feminines, there is no doing in this journey. The doing comes to you. Me and Elizabeth are both in permanent relating experiences. We don't text our people. They both live with us. We're all both in the same home. We do not text them. If for some reason I need to pick up something, yes, I will text that. But that has nothing or any emotional focus on him. Like it's, hey, you want me to pick something up on the way home? Very like transactional, very soul. And so it's kind of like no attachments, no focus, no expectations. And so the fact that the mind wanted to send a message because it knew they were going to respond means that you're fleeting. The energy is fleeting. It's not sustainable. And you're only interacting with them in a temporary addictive energy phase. Even though you're very balanced, even though you're spiritually aligned, you're not spiritually aligned for you. You're spiritually aligned with the hopes of getting a response, with the hopes of getting interactions. When you align for you and only you, there's no checking your phone. There's no texting. There's no messaging. You're aligning for you. And that's why we say, of course. I want you guys to feel that. You're living your most amazing life. You're super conscious. You're high vibing. And your person sends you a message. Or you run into them, right? In that space, in that energetic space, the energy of course, is just like how it feels when you're high vibing. And look, I got rockstar parking. Me and Elizabeth say, thank you, soul, right?
You're
but
so
it's
cute.
but it's not because of the details, right? We just think so because we know we're aligned.
You just made this like really clear to me. And I hear different videos when they're talking about manifesting, for example. Obviously that's not what we're talking about here, but they're talking about when you are being the energy of abundance or money, they often refer to, you don't check your heart to see if it's beating. You just trust that it is. You just trust, you don't wake up all the time and like, oh my gosh, is my heart going to beat? Are my lungs going to breathe? You don't even think about it anymore because you just know that your heart's going to continue to beat and your lungs are going to continue to take in oxygen. But that's the exact same with this connection. Because you are one, you just trust that you are one and you don't need to check. You don't need to wake up all the time asking and thinking about it. And of course, the mind is going to do its own thing, but that's where you as the conscious one have to remind the mind, I'm not going to even go there, mind, because I know we are one and the physical is irrelevant.
Yeah. It's when mind doesn't trust the soul. Mind wants to control, mind wants to do, mind does. And when mind is doing in this connection, you're not balancing. Because you're not mind. You're not. You're soul, my love. So this connection is asking you to be in soul. It's asking you to be. It's asking you to put the freaking phone down that wants to text and trust. And I've shared this with you guys where I was about to go on a freeway. I really wanted to text him really bad. And I think that's why we get that calling to text them, because we kind of get a knowing. We know. We have clients that tell us, hey, I was I woke up and I just knew I was going to run into my person. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, I just knew I was going to see them. And they do. They run into them, they hear from them, they see them, but it's not because they have to do something.
Yeah, the moment that you even need to seek out your person, you're already in mind. And yes, we can do things that are aligned with soul. But the problem that most divine feminines have, I'm going to be real with you all, unless you're a freaking master balancer, you can be aligned to soul and you can reach out and you can do that text message. But the problem is, unless you are so solid in your balancing work, the mind takes over immediately after. The mind starts seeking immediately after. The mind starts questioning immediately after. The mind has an expectation immediately after you send that text message. The shift is so...
Well, love, the master balancer wouldn't text. The master balancer would trust and surrender.
Right. What I'm talking about is being able to maintain texting with their divine masculine. Right. The master balancer wouldn't even be in the position that they have to text.
They wouldn't need to because they trust. They would surrender. So the master balancer would be.
I always talk about, Joanne, that when I'm high vibing and I'm in soul, I want to tell everybody I love them. And I think that's what this beautiful soul was sort of feeling. She was feeling.
You wouldn't, when you're high vibing, you wouldn't just text your person. You would text your mom, everyone else. She just texted her person, which means she wasn't.
Yes. No, you're right.
Wasn't in soul.
Actually, when I am high vibing in that way, I don't text my person in that state. I actually do usually text the people that are harder for me to interact with when I'm in a lower scale. When I'm in a high scale, I am so one with it all that I know that
we do give those experiences, but when she said, I knew he was going to respond, and that's why I texted, that automatically is push.
Yes.
Because you have an expectation on their response versus I'm sending love and I'm releasing it, and I don't care if I ever get a response back.
And this is what we talked about on the call yesterday. I was saying that, like, every text I send my person, balanced, every text, and I'm serious with this, is through presence. What do I mean by that? I mean, I'm scrolling on Facebook for me or on Instagram for me. I see cute animal things. Immediately, I know which ones he would like, which ones he wouldn't, and I send them to him. And as soon as I've sent them, I've literally forgotten that what I've even sent him, because he'll tell me later, oh, I need to see your message I sent. I say, oh, I don't know what I don't even know what I sent you anymore. Like, I don't even think about it. And I don't ever, ever, ever look for a response from him. I don't look for him to heart it. I don't look for him to say thank you. I don't look for anything. In fact, I just assume once it's gone, it's sort of in the abyss now. I sent it in presence. And that's why as soon as I have pushed send, it's released. It's forgotten about. And that's how I do all my text messages with my person. And that's not how it always was. I used to send stuff hoping I would get the little heart, or hoping, oh, he's going to really like this. I hope he shows me that he likes it by validating me and letting me know, like, good job for sending this. It's not like that anymore. I literally send through presence, and then I release through presence, and it's forgotten about. So as soon as this beautiful soul said, I sent something knowing he's going to respond, like you said, Joanne, there was this expectation of, I need something in return. I'm going to get something in return. And that's not through presence, that's future.
Yeah. And so those instances where we would text our people, they're very rare. We'll have that like shift where with soul, and I send that love, but that's when I don't need anything. I'm just in the energy, and he responds right away. We try to make it to where any interaction that we have is for us. I'm interacting with my person for me. I don't give an F how they're interacting back to me.
Yes.
I'm doing this for me because I saw a cute picture of a dog and it was cute. I probably would have sent it to Elizabeth also.
Yes.
I would have sent it to my mom. It has no emotional connection to my person. It has no story. Just like Elizabeth said, I don't remember. That's how much it doesn't matter. So when we say we don't text our people, we're not texting them for personal emotional, anything support from our people. It's just being. We're co-creating in the now, very rarely. And when they do happen, they're soul inspired. It should be reserved for those that are just balancing. If you're balancing for the first time with your person, I would just trust soul in the beginning. Just trust soul. The more you're aligned with soul, the more you can do whatever you want. You really
Yeah,
can.
Joanne, let's sort of emphasize that, like, because there are different, this connection is so rare and it's so unique in how you follow the energy. Let's sort of break that down. For someone who's learning how to balance their own energy and they're still in separation, you're not going to ever just be the first person to go and message a person, even if you're in soul, without getting in mind afterwards. Let me emphasize that, without getting in mind afterwards, because that's where the pull ends up happening. It doesn't happen in the moment you send the message if you're aligned. It happens with what you do with the energy after you've now sent the message. What happens within, what ignites within when you haven't been in contact and you now sent a message. So even if you're perfectly aligned to soul and you send that message like this beautiful soul did yesterday, it's not that message. It's what happened afterwards. It's the expectation afterwards. So that's one thing. If you are in separation and you're aligned to soul, do not message. It's not worth it, because you're going to push. Because that's how this energy works. This energy works as a way to ascend through your journey. And how do you ascend in your journey? By the energies getting released, by them getting activated. So your person is the person that you work through.
If your person came back and then you live happily ever after, you're not a twin flame in that first instance.
Yeah, because
they come back,
your journey sort of,
you get back in addictive energy.
Stops.
Yeah, they come back, you get back in addictive energy, and you push again a little bit. And then they come back, right? That's the balancing. And that's where you shift. If they came back and you live happily ever after, I would say that's a soulmate, and awesome.
You have that first level, right? You're in separation. You feel super aligned. You're manifesting all these amazing things. Again, with what you said at the beginning, you don't need to do anything. If you trust this journey, you trust your soul, keep doing the work for you, and you're going to watch yourself be magnetic to the energy. I will always emphasize, you're magnetic to the energy. Your soul is one shared energy. You're learning how to align to the energy that is you both, which is God's source energy. So if you're in that space, now let's say you magnetize them back in and you're learning how to have some conversations with them, text messaging, interactions, whatever it is. You have to work on learning how to balance after each communication. And still, there's going to be very few instances where you need to message first. That's why I'm saying the master balancer can do it, because you and I don't get into mind about our people anymore. We don't even think about what they're thinking, doing, and feeling. But it took a long time and a lot of inner work to get to this place. It took a lot of triggers. It took a lot of release, and it took a lot of balancing of the energy to get to this place where we do not think about what we send our people and how it impacts our people. And so unless you're in that space, we would still not advise to be the first one to go and reach out and message out, because the energy is so wonky and the mind is so pervasive. It's going to be in addictive energy once you send that text again. This is where the hard work comes in, because you're trying to sit with yourself. What's going on? Why do I want to message? What's going on with me that I need to message, that I need to reach out? So that's why I'm saying, when I send a message, it's through presence. There's no thought. There's no premeditation with the messages I send. It's literally, I'm scrolling. I see something he would like. Boom, I send it. Boom, I release it. Without care.
You worked your way to it. So I explained this to the beautiful soul on the call yesterday. It wasn't overnight. It was just a little bit, right? So you're sipping them in one sip at a time. So you're not repelling instantly because we'll have clients, their person comes back and then they text for like 10 hours until they never see each other again, because all you did was overdose on addictive energy. That's why we say soul and steady. That's why we say balance it. That's why we say don't reach out on your own, because what you're doing is you're forcing your push energy to come in when soul's telling you one sip at a time, right? So what does that look like? You get a text. It probably took me 5 hours to respond, that first text, right? And then when I get a text, I probably only communicated for 3 minutes because my energy was all wonky, right? And again, this is me in the beginning. Then we see them pull. Why are we sharing this information with you guys? We're sharing it so you don't have to go through it. So why rush texting your person when the energy is still being balanced? Why not get deep in yourself and find out, why do I want to text right now? What is coming up within me that's making me go into separation consciousness, seeing my person separate? Because he responded to you, my love, and that means you are balancing. You don't need to text to know you're balancing. Feel how you feel. I feel at peace. I'm not in addictive energy. Oh, I feel like texting them. I wonder why the mind's doing that. I know I'm soul. I don't have to do. Later, you can text as much as you want, all your heart's desires. They don't pull anymore. They don't. I was telling this beautiful soul, it goes into sips, right? So at first it would take 5 hours, then it got to 45 minutes in responding. Then it became to 10 minutes in responding. And then seeing them, I was only seeing them every 6 months, became every 2 months, became every week. Oh, you want to see me again next week? Let me check how I feel. Am I balanced? I think I can handle that. Or, hey, you know what? I don't feel really good right now. I can say no to my person. I can say, no, I don't feel good. I don't want to see you this weekend because I have to balance. He doesn't know that. I have to balance. Do you see how you work your way up?
Joanne, you just reminded me something.
Yeah.
This is a little off topic, but it's about balancing. I want you guys to hear this. So the other day, my friend, her husband and her daughter play in a band, and she invited me to go watch them perform. And so I told my person, I was like, hey, my friend's husband and daughter are playing in a band. Did you want to go with me? And he was like, do I have to? And he's like, I think that's probably better suited for your other friend that you have. Like, I have a friend out here that we usually go and hang out together. And I said, okay, well, I was just asking you first to give you the opportunity. But if you didn't want to, I was going to ask her anyways. So I want you guys to hear this with balancing, because a lot of divine feminines, especially when they're trying to navigate their connection in this new energetic space, are going to have these events that they like, the mind wants their person to attend for whatever reason, whether it's, I want to look like I have a partner with me, I have someone that's on my arm, whatever the reason is, I want them to make me feel loved and go out with. But when I asked my person, hey, did you want to go with me? I honestly did not care what the answer was. I just wanted him to know, I'm going out and you're invited first if that's something you would like to do. But if not, I don't care. I'm going to ask my friend to go with me if you don't want to go. And I'm highlighting this because we're talking about balancing. We're talking about what the energy really looks like when you're trying to maintain union. And that's what it looks like. Whereas I'm telling you pre-separation, I would have wanted him to go and my mind would have been triggered that he said no. Why wouldn't you want to go out with me? We never go on dates. It would have had all of these things. And now when I say I'm balanced and I asked him, did he want to go? There was honestly 100% no care if he said yes or if he said no. There was no duality in his response for me. I did not care. It was just, here's the question. Whatever your answer is, I'll know how to proceed forward. I'll either ask my friend or I won't.
Yeah. And that's what it feels like when you're balancing your person. It gets to a point where you don't care.
There's
you don't
no
care whether
duality.
they're there or not. You don't care if they respond or not. You don't care if, right? But this beautiful soul cared. This beautiful soul said, I knew they would respond. And for that, all you got was a response. All you got was just a little bit of your person. When your person's trying to give you all of themselves, because soul wants to give you everything that you are. But you're only in soul for a little bit. And then you get back into mind, and then you go back into that addictive energy. When what we're trying to show you is how do you sip in yourself a little bit at a time so you can have yourself permanently. And what does it look like when it is permanent? It's no preferences. It's no expectations. It's no judgment. It's just what it is. You want to come with me? You don't want to come with me? I'm going to be good either way. I'm going to have fun either way. Because Elizabeth's person's taking her to, what is it? Eckhart Tolle? Is it Eckhart Tolle immersion or something? That's pretty deep, love. If
No,
you
it's no. Hold on.
is it
No.
Eckhart Tolle? No, go ahead.
It's Alan Watts. There's
yeah.
there's a like a 3D or there was like this Alan Watts show at where I'm at, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I have to book. And I told him about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. And he was like, who are you taking with you? And I was like, I will go alone. I don't care. I'm so excited. He goes, no, you can't go late at night by yourself.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll go. And again, I didn't even ask. I was just like,
I know.
But then
do you guys see?
what's funny is I actually have a friend who likes Alan Watts also, and I'd rather go with her. That's to be quite honest, because I know my person didn't want to go. I didn't even ask him. He just didn't want me to go alone. But that's what we say. Like want nothing.
Want nothing, have everything. Have everything. It's so crazy. Be in the place where you want nothing. I don't want a text from you. I would rather be right now. I want me. I choose me. And damn it, they're right here. And they're choosing me. And they want me. But I don't have a preference. I don't have an expectation. I have no judgment. I'm being. That's when you can have whatever you want, my love. You are whole and complete now. You're perfect now. You don't need to chase. You just need to be. You just need to be. The chasing energy, that's the texting. That's texting. Let me just send this cute text so I can get attention. Let me send this cute quote. Let me get any type of ignition to show my person I'm thinking of them, right? Versus I'm in unity consciousness. I'm in oneness. I'm going to be and immerse myself in it. Oh, they texted me instead of me texting them. Look at that. Joe and Elizabeth was right. It is energy. I want you guys to start practicing this each time you want to chase, you want to push. Pull that energy in, go within, and let your person come back to you through your energy. This is inner alignment, love. This is union. It's inner union. The inner union is the physical manifestation of your outer union. The more and more you go deep within, when you want to do out there, the more and more comes to you out there from in here. It's I always say this and I mean it. It's an inner outer experience. The more I'm being in here, the more I receive out there. This is your awakening, my love. You all woke up so you can be. You all woke up so you can be now. Doesn't that feel so? I just want to take a breath. Can we take a breath together, love? Because we've been doing our whole freaking life and we got into this journey to be. Let's just take a moment of a breath of being right now. All of you guys, stop what you're doing. If you're driving, if you're about to go somewhere, just take a moment and take a breath with us. Ready? Ye are meant to be. As the divine feminine, we were chosen to be. As the soul, we were chosen to be. And the doing comes to us. We love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.